Well, it's amazing that we do so much just to get started, and this is really the first day of it all. And really, really pleased with the work that we've done to get here. Um, the effort by everyone involved, the mentality of the team, that they've been able to hold the edge they've held. And hit us into the season. I mean, even you go right back to the last preseason game. The attitude and personality of this team, they like playing football. They love playing together. It didn't matter what the situation was. They went on and played real hard, in the manner that we want to. That's real important to me that we're getting it across. So it was a exciting weekend. A lot going on. It's a terribly difficult weekend when you're so close to your players and the players are so close to each other. When guys have to leave. And there's some guys there's a lot of guys that aren't on this team right now that can play football and could play football for us. And but you only get so many, so we had to make some tough decisions, as we always talk about. These were really difficult, but we're here and really excited about it. I couldn't be more pumped up.
When did you know it was realistic you'd get to Davion Clowney?
It's interesting you'd ask the question, Greg, because the way it came out, there was about 20 seconds before 1 o'clock yesterday. I mean, it was right to the nub. And, we're a long ways away from Houston, and a lot of stuff could happen in between. And really, we're all sitting in the office up there. Really, JD's there and his agent, and Matt and John and I were sitting there looking at the clock, and waiting for the word to come back. So it was really, there's a lot of drama to it. And so it was fun that we were able to pull it off. And so really, we didn't know right till the very end.
You hanging and haggling on? What was the hang-up that made it go to last?
It was the mechanics of the trade. It's difficult. It's more difficult than you might think. And there's timing involved too, and then conditions change if you get past the 1 o'clock period. So there was just stuff, paperwork. They were busy. They had stuff they were working on too, and fortunately, really the good relationships between the guys in those offices really came through. I thought that. I thought John did a freaking great job here. The whole process of it, to make it come together and work it out where this would happen like this, took great vision, and then he had to compete the whole time. And then he had Matt Thomas right by his side to put it together in the kind of fashion and the order and the timing that we had to do it in. It was really, really high. In our world, it's really high professional stuff, and I was so proud to have those guys on our team, and they were working together to get it done. So. And really, we got great cooperation from Jadeveon too, and his agent. They worked with us very closely, and to make it happen. So, but I think John just did a marvelous job here.
What does he bring to the defense? You played against him. You've seen him for a long time.
Well, he's a rare football player. He's got special skills that most guys just don't have, and it's great. Quickness, his reaction time, his the length that he can use, his ability to run, his instincts. See, he's made a lot of plays in the backfield over the years, and instinctive plays, penetrating and getting and causing problems. And we plan to allow him to do that in our scheme, and it'll fit really well with what we're doing. And we saw a great fit, whether it's early downs or third down stuff, So he's pretty much got what you're looking for.
Him around, or will he be an edge?
I have to wait and see on that one. We don't have much time here, so we're just going to try to get him out there right now.
Him and Ziggy out there together, just the kind of the physical nature they both bring, how big and fast.
What are you asking me, John?
Matt, what do you just think of that duo potentially for?
Well, I think I could talk to you for a while about that. No, it's what you're looking for, Really, we brought Ziggy in here with really high hopes that he could factor in because of his intensity and how tough he is when he plays, and he's been productive, and then he has this marvelous talent too, to go along with his style of play. Well, JD has really very similar, abilities and traits. Those guys are like bookends, and they're just exactly what you're looking for on the edge. So I'm hoping that we'll be able to, see these guys come together and really be a factor and be able to play off of one another and complement each other.
What have you been able to gather about just what kind of shape
safeties in for a guy who hasn't played football or practiced in a while?
I know that Jadeveon was really concerned about being ready for this season coming up, and he would tell you that he put together the best offseason he's ever had, and he was really motivated to come to camp and prove that he was valuable and was worth it and all that kind of stuff. And not getting the chance, we kind of received the benefit of that. It's still days away from getting started, so it's hard to tell how it'll factor in. But there's no question he's really in good shape. He looked great today running around and all that. So that's a really good first impression. We'll see how he responds and reacts and comes back, and we'll just gauge it as we go through the week. But I'm going basically, because I don't have anything to compare it to with him, what he has said that this was really important to him to be ready to go. He was really healthy going through the process of the physical and all that kind of stuff, so he's in great shape in that regard. So everything's really positive.
Having Dwayne here, a guy that knows him as well as he does,
sure,
to kind of figure out what exactly he would bring to the table.
It did. Our players that have been around, they we communicate with these guys and try to understand, how they can help us. And without question, Dwayne helped us through the process in making us know, who we're dealing with and the player he used to practice against and capabilities, potential, habits, background, family. I mean, we really had a lot of insights because of Dwayne.
Have your eyes on this though, maybe for a while as well, just given his situation and knowing he might be up for a trade?
John's been on this as long as it's been even available to maybe happen, so this is just to me this is a classic example of competing. Every turn, whenever there's players available and there's an opportunity to get better, we're working it, and we're trying to be in every deal. John will always say it that way. We're always trying to get in every deal that's out there to see if it suits us, and he worked his way through it and made it happen.
David's work ethic has been a question kind of since he came in the league. Who did you need to hear from, other than him, of course, about that and why you're not concerned?
Yeah, Dwayne had a lot to do with that, because he's practiced against him and told us what we were up against and dealing with and all that. I watched him come out of college. There was times when he went and there was times when he didn't. When he did, he tore it up, so that's just a young player to me. He had a lot of acclaim and a lot of notoriety coming through. We saw that so many times in college. With guys having trouble with connecting with it, with really what great effort's all about. We'll see what happens. He's in our program now. I don't care what happened before. Now that we know that he's here with us, we're gonna coach him up to be like our guys.
Does a stamp of approval from Dwayne Brown maybe mean more than it might from other guys?
Well, it speaks to the respect I have for Dwayne. Yeah, he is a great worker. He has extraordinary habits and his personal expectations for what it takes. He's a really good communicator. So ever since he showed up, he's been a big factor in everything he's done. So it does. Yeah, he's a special guy delivering the message about what we may be getting. And so I give him a lot of regard there.
Are you anticipating him playing week 1?
Who's that, Dwayne? Yeah, he's going to play. Oh, yeah, he's going to play. We got to make it through the week. Let's see if he can make it from one practice to the next. Around here, we practice one day and we take a day off. It's easy around here, So.
What about Mike Ayupati for week 1?
Mike's competing for it. He's going for it. We'll see what happens. You talk to Mike. He says he's going to get ready to go. So we'll see what that means. We're going to be careful, because it's so early in the goings. We got to make sure we get him back and keep him back. So we'll figure it out.
What about Ziggy? Where's he at?
He's practicing. He practiced last week. He's practicing now. He'll have 2 weeks under his belt, which is one more than Jadeveon's got. So. But for Ziggy, he practiced and worked out with us and worked out hard for 6 weeks or something, whenever all through camp and all that, and did a really good job through the process, and he's in good shape and he's ready to go. He's well ahead of where we can tell right now at this point for JD, but we'll see how that all figures in.
Perry Nickerson fitting into your group too.
We're going to see if he can play the nickel spot. We're anxious to see it. He played a lot of snaps last year. I could see him on film and see him do the things we're looking for. Kind of, you look at it, you can't help but see the similarities to when we got JC a while back, and they looked very similar about this time in their careers too. So we'll see see what we can do with him. I'm excited about it. He's really fast. He's aggressive, and he's done. I've seen him do all of the things our guys have to do on film. So there's no guesswork there. It's just helping him understand and then letting him compete and see what happens.
Clowney, what sense do you have this isn't just with Clowney, JD? What sense do you have this isn't just for the next 4 months? What factor was
Oh, Greg,
that?
that's a good question for you to ask, but I don't know that answer right now. I'm just trying to get to Wednesday right now with these guys, so I can't help you on that.
Is it a factor at all?
Yeah. There's a chance that this guy is everything we're looking for the long term. We'll see what happens, So that's definitely out there without question, and you'll get a chance to visit with him, but. His excitement about coming here and being part of this team, and ready to take advantage of this opportunity to show where he belongs. He's not gonna let this go by now. He wants to show us that we got to have him here, and so that's thrilling, for us to hear. We'll see what goes down when in the long haul. But right now it's too early to even talk about that. But I would say. Absolutely, it's in our minds that there's a chance that could happen. We'll see how it goes.
He had a lot reported over the situation, just being a franchise type player and not sending the tender. What did he tell you about wanting to be here and how he felt about Seattle?
Well, he's going to talk to you in a minute. He'll tell you, but everything that we talked about was really about forward thinking, and being on a team that he was really excited to be a part of, that had a chance to do something and win a bunch of games, and that was crucially important to him. He had received a lot of information through Dwayne and other people that he talked to that got him in the point of view that this would be a fun place for him to come and go to, and he just has been as positive and as excited about it as anybody we've ever brought in here. So, what more could I ask for? It was great.
It was reported that you guys agreed not to franchise him next year if that were to come up. Is that accurate? Is that a factor?
Yeah. It is. Is it a factor? Yeah, it was part of the negotiation. Is what it is, and to negotiate well, you got to understand who you're dealing with and what's important and what's necessary, and that's why I think John did an incredible job to get this knocked out.
How long will it take him to learn what he needs to learn to fit into the defense, or is it a guy you just
Shoot, he started meeting with us yesterday, and he was out there in practice today doing stuff, and he's going through the calls, and I don't think because we can make it similar as things he's learned in the past, we can help him with the connection of the information. And he's a bright kid. He really cares. He's taking great notes. He's studying like crazy. He's been here late, and he'll probably be here late all week long trying to figure it out. I don't think there's going to be a big problem. There's no way that a guy knows it all. They just can't. But can he know enough to be effective? I think so. We're counting on that.
Just to clarify, you talked about things coming down to the wire on yesterday. Did you mean Saturday?
Whatever. Yeah. I'm sorry. Yes. Yeah. My bad. Yeah. On game day back there.
What's it like for you to go through the process of cutting Gino and Jerron Brown and Nick Bellore to bring them back after a couple days here and getting all of those sorts of moves sorted out for you?
Well, this is really an illustration of trust. That they trusted us and we trusted them, and we as they went out, we had intended to find a way to get them to come back, and they believed in us and hung with us, and I think there's a lot to be said for the players in that regard, that they want to be part of the program and they're willing to wait it out, and we had every intention of doing what we did. I mean, everything worked almost to the T like we had hoped when we realized what we were up against, and those guys really helped us make it happen.
Is Shaquem Griffin okay?
Yeah, he went well today. I think he practiced hard today. I think he's again, it'll come back to him returning, but if he makes it back on Wednesday and he's going, I think we're in good shape.
Mike, is it a foot and a calf? How you body on it?
It's really the calf is what we're waiting on right now. We have been slow in the process of his foot to make sure that was returned. That looks like that's fine, and now it's just figuring out if he can withstand really how long he can stay out there and work on it. He can do most of everything right now, but we got to ensure that he can stay out there and sustain through the game.
Waiving Austin Calitro, I guess what went into that?
It's just numbers, and we just couldn't hold on to him. We wanted to. We loved him. Loved the way he played. Had a fantastic preseason for us, and. Yes, that was a real hard one. He's done everything we ask of a guy, and he's a good ball player. He's a great team guy, and I told him I didn't hold it against him that he was from Villanova or anything like that. He was no hidden messages. The inside joke, but yeah, we'll miss not having him.
Tougher conversations like that with him, and then with a guy like Cassius Marsh, who probably is going through the weekend, getting ready for week one and be a starter.
Yeah, and that's what this weekend is about with the guys. It's hard, and they down deep they know it. They know that it's a business and there's some difficult decisions and they know it can happen and all of that. But it doesn't change the way it hurts, particularly when they really want to be part of it. And we want them to be part of it too. We needed 60-something guys, and we couldn't do it. We didn't have it. The rules don't let you.
DK Metcalf, what's his situation?
He looked good today. He had a fantastic recovery. If you can imagine, it was just a couple weeks ago. Fantastic recovery. He looked great out there. And today he was running. He practiced with us throughout the practice.
How about LJ Collier?
LJ did a really nice job of getting out there today. He was on the practice field working. He's on his way back.
Was Ja'Kai Polite a guy you guys looked at a lot in the draft process, and were you surprised to find him?
We did. Yeah, we did. We studied him very carefully and were surprised that he was available. So we jumped at the opportunity.
How's Joey's ankle?
He's out of the boot and he's walking around and he's still stiff, and working. We'll see. It'll take him a bit. I don't have a timeline on that.
Anything else? Deshaun Shedd, what are the chances we see him back?
There's always a chance. He is a fantastic team member. I hated not being able to keep D-Shed around. He's just such a great competitor and versatility and playmaking and all that. But it just, we just couldn't get it done. So the chance of him coming back is we would love to have him back if we the opportunity arises.
There was a report that Ja'Kai was fined money by the Jets for being late. What did you have to communicate to them when you brought him in here?
That you're gonna get fined here too, I guess. I don't know. I mean, yeah, we had next to no fines on this team this whole time. Next to nothing. And so if somebody jumps out like that, it'll be really obvious.
How's his hip back? Whatever it is.
He went today. The concern is we just have to. He made it to game time last week and we played him, and then he got jolted and kind of stoved up a little bit. So, but he came out of it really well. He was good the next day. So maybe he's over the hump. We'll see, and it'll take us all week to figure that out. We would love to have him active.
Tyler Lockett was explaining to me that he doesn't really have expectations or goals for himself. He kind of just goes out and does it and plans that preparation's going to be good enough and whatever he's given target-wise will be good and he'll work with it. And is he have kind of a unique approach to the game, especially at that position where guys are, maybe more concerned about their numbers than other spots around them?
Yeah, I think that's an ascended approach. I think that's a guy that understands what's going on. He knows where he is and where he fits. He's not worried about the numbers or this is and that's. He just wants to play football and have fun with his team. He knows that the good stuff will come. I mean, he's an extraordinary player, and he shows it every day. And that kind of focus and that the ability to get to that level of thinking is crucial for a guy to really have a chance to utilize all the talents that he has, because you're not worried, you're not concerned, you're not looking over your shoulder, you're not second thinking things, and that's I love hearing how you explain that, because that's to me is really an ascended competitor, that he gets it, and that kind of trust in everything around him is what is freeing, and he's gonna be a big factor.
Is that rare?
Yeah, it is.
With guys like Jay Reed in this time, do you advise him to stay around? Do you give him any advice at all away from
No,
him?
he's on his own now. That they really have to be separate from the program, so we will have no contact. And we had plenty of time to discuss all of that and map it out and all that. So everybody knows what's going on. We'll see him, 6 weeks from now.
David Moore, any more of a sense of when he might be back?
No, it's not. Nothing's going to change for a while. He had a crack, in his shoulder, so he's just got to wait it out. He feels pretty darn good. That's the problem with it. He's not gonna. It's not hindering him in any way, and there's no displacement, and so he's gonna. Like I said, he's gonna feel like he's ready to play in a week or so, but he won't be able to for a while. We got to wait it out.
What does a healthy CJ Prosise bring to your offense?
Boy, I'm just really excited about CJ's. Performance last couple of weeks. He really showed his explosiveness and versatility, big playability. Shoot, I was fired up for him. I kind of say the same thing, but he just hasn't had many chances to show it. But whenever he does, and he can go, he always does special stuff. So he's very versatile. If you remember over the years, we've thrown him the football, worked him out of the backfield, all of the mainline run stuff in the offense he can do. And he's a pass protector too. He can hold up in pass protection. He's 220-something pounds. He's really a unique talent.
All right, thank you. Thank you.